An Iranian ballistic missile hit the United States military base at Al-Udeid on Tuesday. This is what the Qatari Defense Ministry has said as Tehran struck targets across the Gulf in retaliation for US-Israeli attacks. The ministry said Qatar was targeted by 2 missiles, adding air defense systems, successfully intercepted one of these missiles, while the second missile struck Al-Udeid Qatari base without causing any casualties. That's the big development we're tracking for you at this hour. Now, Qatar has said another missile, it has hit the Al-Udeid base. So one after another, more and more US diplomatic missions and US bases are facing the brunt of Iranian missiles. I'll go right back to my colleague Susan, who's joining me from New York. Susan, we were talking about US Navy being deployed in the Strait of Hormuz to escort ships. Along with that, now Qatar has said that a ballistic missile targeted Al-Udeid. Al-Udeid is where the US also has a major military presence, the largest across West Asia. Just earlier, the US consulate in Dubai was attacked, and of course, then there is Kuwait, then there is Pakistan, and then there is Saudi Arabia. There is a lot of damage being inflicted upon US diplomatic missions.
There are. It appears, according to the State Department, as far as we know, that these bases have already been evacuated. So they're being targeted. Mostly the infrastructure is being targeted at this point, although it's not clear if there were any military personnel at Udeid Air Base. We know that America faced severe deaths and casualties, a number of them, when the Kuwait base was hit. So these military bases might be a little more concerning as opposed to, for example, the consulate and the missions that we know have been evacuated. Whether or not there were any military personnel at Udeid or not, I think we're going to get that information. But again, it seems that Iran is continuing to attack these bases and also trying to target civilian infrastructures in these countries. Some say in hope that these countries will ultimately get frustrated and call on the United States and Israel to stop the attack, or perhaps, put some sort of draft resolution up front at the United Nations Security Council to try to call for some kind of ceasefire. It's very unlikely that the United States and Israel will stop at this point. It seems that they're going all in. And it also doesn't seem like these missiles are going to stop falling on the part of Iran either. A very, very dire situation indeed.
Also, Susan, Marco Rubio had addressed the media a short while back, and he did offer some clarity in terms of that statement of his, which got a lot of tongues wagging. A lot of headlines were made because of that statement, where he said that Israel was the one who wanted to attack first. We were anticipating Iran to retaliate, and in that anticipation, we preempted with further strikes. It was confusing, and then the president said something else, and now Marco Rubio is saying no, it was the US who preempted these strikes. It was Donald Trump's decision. Any of your key takeaways from the recent address that Marco Rubio had with the media?
Right. So Marco Rubio said that he was answering a very specific question when he talked about Israel, and that the policy of the State Department is in line. And Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, also backed him, saying that the United States was confident that Iran was going to launch some kind of preemptive attack against the United States. After those talks between Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff, and the Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi fell apart, and it was clear that there was no way that any kind of agreement was going to be reached between them. It seems that the official line of the administration right now is that, and President Trump said it during his meeting with Friedrich Merz, the Chancellor of Germany, just hours ago. He said, in my opinion, that was a direct quote, he believed that American troops and American interests were at risk, and that's why the United States decided to go in. I do want to say that in terms of timing of the attack by the United States and Israel, the intelligence community and CENTCOM, they're all saying that the reason that they decided to go at this particular time again, was because they had intelligence, not only that there was going to be an imminent strike, but also because it was an extraordinary opportunity for them to be able to take the supreme leader out along with 40 of his high-ranking officials as well. So, these all can be true at the same time, but it appears the official line now, at least, is that they believe that there was an imminent attack, an imminent threat against the U.S.
Susan, thanks so much for making time. And of course, we'll connect with you a little later once again as developments continue to come in. That was Susan Tehrani getting us latest from New York.